Hello, Milky friends. It is Milkstool here. How are you? I hope you are well. I'm in a video mode this weekend, probably because I'm in front of my main gaming rig, so everything's super quick. This video is going to be very short, sharp, and quick. It is for someone who I think is a subscriber, and if you aren't a subscriber, I'll be very upset. But someone who left a comment in my one of my videos, SP Bin DX. I hope I got your username right. If I didn't, I would be shattered. Effectively, my friend asked, "Hey, Milkstool, what is the situation with Broken Spaces 7 from a value perspective? Should I spend gems to do it?" Like I said in my last video, I actually already done the video and it was all ready to go, but then for some strange reason, as I was editing it and trying to upload it, it somehow got deleted. My heart was broken. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it again. But now that I'm in the video creation mode, let's go ahead and do it. So for the monthly events, obviously one of the monthly events is Broken Spaces, and you need to spend these challenge badges to get all the way to the end. The number of challenge badges it takes varies for everyone, right? Depending on your lineup. I think the lowest I've ever seen is like 40 or sub 50 on Reddit. Someone do it in 50, and then I've seen people do it in less than 100, right? For most people, you'll take around 150. I'm just using generalizations, guys. It's going to depend on your lineup. For me, it's going to take somewhere between 100 to 150 until I build my PvE lineup for Broken Spaces, and also my pet. My pet is actually I only use Dragon for Broken Spaces. I don't have the luxury of the Phoenix pet, which is the best PvE pet out there. You can see I'm 20 away from 180, and the runes, I'm just so far away. I built the Phoenix last. I was focusing on PvP because that's where the cash was. So Deer is upgraded, Dragon's fully upgraded, Monsters next. Then I'll probably do the Wolf after all those animals. But effectively, you need Phoenix to do the Broken Spaces in any reasonable amount of smashes. For those of you that, it's going to take you a lot more smashes than, well, a lot more badges than what you had planned for, you have the option to buy these badges, right? So you can buy one for 50. And at first blush, you might be like, ooh, 50 seems like a lot for one of these challenge badges. And the reality is, it probably is, right? But you really do have to do the analysis as to whether or not you should be buying these badges to basically complete it. If, say, you're short and you're at stage 5, the question might be, well, do I spend enough to do stage 6 and stage 7? Don't know. Let's just focus on stage 7. Let's just assume you've smashed all the way and you're asking yourself, well, I've got X amount of badges left, but I need Y amount of badges. I need to buy a certain number of badges. So how many badges should I actually buy? It's actually a very easy question to answer because all we have to do is value these resources and convert them to gems to see how many uh, gems you should spend to basically buy the badges to complete stage 7, assuming you value all these goodies, right? So that's exactly what I've done. So if we go to my spreadsheet, the infamous Milkstool spreadsheet, a lot of this analysis for Broken Spaces 7 actually hinges on what sort of deal you're getting with Hand of Miners. I'm VIP 11 and I also buy this one, which doesn't help me in any way. But I'm VIP 11 and I now universally accept that my what I can buy, how much gold I can buy per gem, is much better than basically all of you out there. The higher the VIP level, I think the higher this normal level. I could be wrong. I know one of you correct me. The better deal you get in the hand of Midas. So because the Broken Spaces 7 reward, so it's one component is so heavily geared towards gold that it's a critical, I guess, thing to value. And so for me, I can buy 3.6 million gold at 50 gems, meaning each 72,000 pieces of gold is worth one gem. Or looking at it another way, I can buy 72,000 pieces of gold for one gem, right? So that's important. That conversion factor will vary for everyone. And again, I will include the spreadsheet in the link below so then you guys can do your own analysis. But effectively, what I've done is for the Broken Spaces 7 analysis, value analysis, is I've converted everything that could be converted into gems into gems. So the 160 million gold you get from completing Broken Spaces 7, again, converted on a basis of, for me, my conversion, 72,000 gold equals one gem, means that the gold that I get there is worth 2,200 gems thereabouts. The spirit, the conversion factor is actually based on, it's a two-part conversion. So the green stuff you can actually buy in the marketplace for gold. And so you can buy 20 million green stuff, spirit for 30 million gold. And because we already know how much, well, how to convert gold to gems, I basically did a two-part conversion. So from green spirit to gold, and then from gold to gems. And that's how I got this conversion factor. Again, it's unique for me and it'll be unique for you because your gold to gem conversion factor will be different. Anyway, if I finish this and I use basically gold to buy spirit, I've got about 2,000, well, yeah, it's called about 2,000 gems worth of spirit there. Pink dust, again, you can buy this in the marketplace, and the best deal that you can get is 10,000 pink dust for 1,500 gems. Using that conversion factor, the pink dust you get from broken space is 17,000, is equivalent to about 2,550 gems if you bought it at the marketplace, right? Monster bits, NFI, no fucking idea. Artifact bit, no fucking idea. I don't know. To date, I still haven't worked out how to convert monster bits or the artifact bits. There's just no way to tie it to a gem value right now because you cannot buy it in the marketplace for gold or gems like normally. You might be able to buy it during special events, but because I can't value these things because you can't buy it regularly, right? I don't get the reason why I don't use conversion factors outside from special events is because those special events only occur like once, right? So I've got to tie it to something that's regular, like a marketplace, an Aspen dungeon, or the Hand of Midas, right? These are things you all readily have access to, and we're all on broadly equal footing for these things. So until they introduce monster bits or artifact bits into the marketplace or Aspen dungeon, where you can reliably buy it for gold or gems, can't do the analysis. Feathers, I've previously valued feathers. If you look at the campaign analysis I've done on so many videos, basically I've managed to work out the price per feather is about, sorry, the amount of gems each feather costs or is worth is about 48. One feather is worth about 50 gems, give or take, right? So if you believe this analysis, which I've been through countless number of times, that's how much three feathers are worth. It's about 150 gems, right? So at the end of all that, if you complete broken spaces, you're going to get about 6,900. Well, I'm going to get 6,900 gems worth of goodies, right? If you convert everything to gems. But it's going to be worth much more for you if you're below VIP 11 because the price at which you can get gems is much higher. You're going to get less gold for probably a much higher price, meaning you value gold and therefore spirit much more because we use that one key conversion factor to convert these two things, right? So you're going to be your threshold for spending for gems is going to be much higher. Mine is 6,900. You can take my value and say, well, Milk Steel's at 6,900. Good enough. I don't need to do my own calculation. Fair enough, right? 6,900 is super conservative because you're never going to get this deal up here with the gold unless you spend as much as I do, which you have now probably worked out that I've been spending half as much to get the VIP 11 benefit compared to people in America and Europe. Guys, I'm not going to apologize for that. If you're stupid enough to buy retail in real life and not shop around, that's your problem. So I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm paying for this game just like everyone else. Um, so the second part to this analysis is obviously, there are some of you that actually buy the monthly card. Where is it? This monthly carnival card for a certain number of dollars. It's $10 US. It's something else in another currency. And incidentally, for those of you that if we're still talking about pricing asymmetry, this monthly card was actually more expensive in the country where I got half price value packs than it was, say, if you bought one of these other value packs, these ones, right? It's weird like that. And so was the monthly card. The monthly card was actually also more expensive in that local currency. So like that pricing table, it's completely fucked. And I know they manually update it. And it sounds like it's such a hassle to update dynamically that they do it so infrequently that these pricing asymmetries come up. Anyway, I digress. I digress. So monthly carnival card, you also have to add the value of what you get from completing broken spaces into that analysis because incrementally, if you complete Broken Spaces 7, not only do you get all the good stuff from Broken Spaces 7, if you bought the monthly card, you're going to get extra goodies. And so I value basically all these extra goodies that you get from clearing Broken Spaces 7. So this orange artifact, which I can't value, this Universal Crystal Shard, the feathers, the gems, and more Universal Crystal Shards. So the Universal Crystal Shards, again, very easy to do. It's tied to the conversion factor from my campaign analysis. So I've basically said one universal crystal shard is worth 1.25 gems. I know it's worth a lot more than that intrinsically because you can use it any single week that you want. But what value you ascribe to that, I guess, that flexibility, that optionality in being able to use the universal crystal shard for any campaign, that's up to you to decide, right? But I've converted on the basis of, well, if you wanted to use the Universal Crystal Shard in the dumbest way and just buy Heroic Scrolls, you only need 100 Universal Crystal Shards to buy one Heroic Scroll, and it costs, a Heroic Scroll in real life costs 125 gems. So that's a conversion factor. One Universal Crystal Shard is worth 1.25 gems. So that's how I got that value. And so effectively, the Universal Crystal Shards here, it's worth about 50 gems. I know that seems low, but again, that's because I haven't valued the optionality of using it in any number of events. And so, guys, whatever you value, you subscribe to the optionality, you plug in that number here. So if you think it's worth 5 times as much, you tap that value in, right? The feathers, I've already talked about. The gems, it converts at a 1-to-1 factor. So basically, on top of the 6,900 gems that you get from completing Broken Spaces servers and those resources, if you really value those resources, you get an extra 792 gems worth of goodies if you're a monthly card buyer, right? But even if you're not a monthly card buyer, you still get some benefit from finishing Broken Spaces 7. So in aggregate, in my situation, I should spend no more than about 7,700 gems to complete Broken Spaces 7, right? So how many badges is that? I divide by 50. That allows me to buy about 100. That's a crazy amount of badges. Basically, it allows me to buy 150 badges, which is basically all the badges I need to complete Broken Spaces from start to finish. So that's how I think about whether or not I should spend gems on Broken Spaces 7. And I've done that in the past. I've just went out and bought like just 50 badges because I just knew intrinsically it was worth it and I needed the stuff. The final thing to note, I guess, is how much do you actually value gold and all the other bits, right? There's only been, I know when I talk about resources in this game and my previous value analysis, I've always said like gold's worthless because, you're going to get it for free, it's going to come back, etc., etc., etc. I've also said the green stuff is useless because you just get it. You just get it normally through playing the course of the game. It's useless. I've also said promotion stone is completely useless. Again, because you just from playing the game, you're just gonna acquire it over time, more than what you know to do with, right? Or to with. And similarly, pink dust, you're gonna acquire so much of it, you're gonna have way too much. Look at me now. Look at me now. No green stuff, virtually no gold, no promotion stone, and okay, I've got a generous amount of pink dust, but that's because I gem lock from C6 Celestial 6 up to Soulshine 3. If you don't know what that's about, go look back my old videos. I did the value analysis on whether or not you should gem lock from. I'm digressing, so I apologize to the people that are like, I already know about this milk stall. I basically gem lock from when this is at 6 stars to a soulstone artifact because the odds of getting the right stone too expensive, too expensive, right? So I've done the value analysis on that as well. But I digress. So it really comes down to, you look at that value and say, oh, great, I'm getting 7,000 gems worth of goodies. It's not necessarily the case, right? It really depends on how much like I've done the straight, look, this is the math. If you were to buy it somewhere else, this is how much you can get gold for. This is how much you can get spirit for in the marketplace, blah, 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 blah. But you have to value it. You have to value it, right? You might be sitting on a mountain of golden spirit, and then you might just decide, you know what, Milkstall, I disagree with you. These are worth 0 to me because I've so much of it, I don't know what to do with it, right? If that's the case, right, zero out these values, right? Zero out these values in the spreadsheet, and then that gives you another answer. right? So I've created the spreadsheet. You just tap in whatever values apply to you and how much you intrinsically value these goodies. For me right now, I do need the green spirit, right? So I'm willing to pay for the green spirit. I do need the promotion stone. I buy the promotion stone from the marketplace every single day. I know it's a fucking ripoff, but I need the promotion stone because it's the honestly the Tara event and the carry event. It just wiped me out. I like right now I'm working on Unimax. I need to get him to uh basically 295 because I'm out of the green stuff. See, there we go. One out of the green stuff already. That takes a lot out of you. And to promote this sucker, right? I need like what 15, 20,000 now. 20,000 to get him to E5. So after Unimax, basically I'm going to be stocking scrolls and basically green stuff and promotion stones. So then when the new light hero comes out for the anniversary event, can build him straight away, him or her straight away. Anyway, that's my Broken Spaces 7 video. I hope you found that useful. SPDN, SPBin DX. I'm sorry, I forget your username. Please forgive me. Please don't dislike me. I hope you found that video useful. For everyone else, you're probably like, you already know all this. Again, spreadsheet down below. Use it how you see fit. Guys, just giving you the tools to value it in your own way. Thanks as always for watching and have a great week ahead.